Reminders when preparing a class 2 cavity for an amalgam restoration. First, your dovetail. Your dovetail should occupy your triangular fossa. It should include all questionable grooves. Okay, but if the grooves are shallow, you don't need to extend it all the way to the buckle, like this. Okay, especially if they're not involved, no caries lesion. You also need to show that your dovetail is wider than your isthmus. Okay, so including all those grooves is extension for prevention. And then the shape is the principles of retention. It locks the amalgam into the cavity. Next is the distal wall if it's a DO, and the mesial wall if it's an MO. It should be divergent. It is following the direction of your enamel rods, making sure that you're not leaving any unsupported enamel rods. And make sure that there should be 1.5 to 2 millimeter width of the marginal ridge left. Okay, it should not be thinner or it will break. Reverse curve. It should be 90 degrees from the occlusal CSM. It should not go back, making it more than 90 degrees, and it should not go straight, making it less than 90 degrees. So the correct reverse curve is something like this. And the reverse curve is only made on the proximal box. You should not start your reverse curve half of the cast. Do not drill the cast, okay? So it should go back first, follow the grooves of the cast, and that's the time you go back as your reverse curve. Then the lingual flare is there to make sure that you remove the contact with the adjacent, because that's extension for prevention, placing the margins of the restoration on a self-cleansing area. The buccal and the lingual walls should be convergent, again following the direction of the enamel rods, and this will also lock the restoration inside the cavity. The pulpal floor should be flat, smooth, and 1.5 millimeter depth from your CSM. The isthmus or isthmuses should be 1.2 millimeter wide for molars and 1 for premolars. The proximal box width should be 1.2 for molars and 1 millimeter for premolars. It should be equal. The width on the buccal and the width on the lingual of the proximal box should be equal to each other. The axial wall should be convex. It is following the outer outline of the tooth and should not be straight or concave. The gingival floor should be flat and smooth, okay, or else your amalgam will break. And the depth should be 1.5 millimeter from the pulpal floor. And all internal line angles should be defined but rounded, and it should be smooth. That's it. That's your class 2 cavity preparation. Thank you.